confidence. They walk in the room and just like, yeah, she knows who she is. They funny, like quick with it, keep you on your toes and laughing the whole time.
Man, it's the confidence for me. They walk in the room and the whole energy shifts. Nobody put a fit together like a black woman.
The humor, man, they keep you laughing. Black women, man, they feel like home. It's God in the way they move.
Yeah.
They're brilliant, like sharp.
You can't slack around a black woman, should call you on it. And the way they love, it's hard and it's honest. You feel it in your chest.
My mother taught me everything.
Black women are the definition of grace under pressure.
It's the way they pour into you. They believe in you even when you don't, and somehow you get stronger.
I love the culture, the style, the humor. Nobody laughs.
Man, it's the confidence.
Black women walk like they own the block, and I love that.
Style, too.
The confidence, man.
And the style,
Untouchable.
they see the world, smart, funny, stylish. Can't beat that combination.
They make me laugh.
They're God-fearing and familiar.
Feels like home every time.
The confidence. They walk in the room and it's like, yeah, she know who she is.
What I love about black women,
Everything.
The patience of a black woman, the legs, the thighs.
You give them hatred and they will still smitten that thing with love.
and they will check you, keep it real, tell you when you up.
I really love that black woman right there.
The softness, the hardness.
The mindset that they have.
The closest thing to God, honestly.
How shea butter and cocoa butter just emanate off of them.
My future wife, definitely gonna be a black woman.
Without black women, we'd be nothing.
Black women are the source of all things that are great.
Black women represent love to me.
Help me, black woman.
Y'all say the lips.
I love how powerful black women are.
Oh my God, have you looked into a black woman's eyes when she says I love you? That'll change your life.
Black woman, there's no one like you.
The black women come in every shade, every color, every size.
Black women are loud, aggressive, and difficult to deal with. You've heard that before, right? But what if that is not true? What if that is just a narrative that has been pushed to undervalue and undermine the black women to a point whereby it has been repeated so many times that so many people have started to believe it? But here's the thing, as opposed to that narrative that has been pushed by, the world, that false narrative that has been pushed, that, black men don't like black women, that black men don't like to date black women, the black men have come forward to show that they actually love black women and that they actually prefer to date and marry the black women. So guys, let's take a look at some of these videos and I will be back with more commentary.
So what do you love about black women?
Black women are literally the prototype from which everything comes. Black women are the culture. Black women are the standard. Black women are the thing that we all aspire to love and that we aspire to chase after. I think obtaining a black woman is the ultimate goal. I think is the highest level of, and not just sleeping with a black woman, but like actually attaining her. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like when we as black men chase after and court and really obtain the woman that we truly want, I feel like that's like one of the biggest accomplishments that we can gain as black men.
I love what they bring. They're beautiful, top tier, most definitely. What else can I say? I have a beautiful black wife, black queen. You know what I'm saying? She had she's a mother of my child.
Understand me?
Most definitely, man. I love it, man. I love black women, man.
So, what are some things in short that you love about black women?
Things I love about black women, there's a lot of things. I ain't gonna lie. The world wouldn't be what it is without women, period. But just like black women specifically, and so many words, everything. Short words, everything. Black women are everything.
When you think about what broke for me.
One, I want other women to be like, oh, he really loved his wife. Yeah. That's for real. And this ain't gonna be like, oh, I could take him. You can't take him. He happy. Two, because I think it's important for other generations to see black people love loud, especially black women. Media landscape will make you think don't nobody care about black women. They're unprotected, all that stuff. Like in traditional media, you don't see that often. Because of my platform, it's important to see a black man loving a black woman out loud, unashamed, unabashed. And I want people to know this is my wife, this is my friend, this is my business partner, this is my confidant. I want black people represented like that in the way the Cosby Show was in early media. Like I hadn't seen a black family well-to-do until the Cosby Show, the Huxtables specifically. But I think the gamut of blackness should be studied, and black love is a big key.
It's very easy to love black women, and I love all women. I respect all women, but that's what I'm used to. That's my familiarity. That's my comfort zone. That's who's protected me. That's who's built me up.
Ooh, speak on it, brother.
That's been my expansion.
I date black women exclusively because I feel like they can relate to me and they can understand what I come from. You know,
the black man's plight.
Yeah, they can understand. And we got kind of the same type of differences. You know what I'm saying, into this world. Yeah, right. You know, I'm more of a worldly person. Like, you gotta understand what I'm going through and what I gotta do in life to maintain the lifestyle that I'm maintaining and to take care of my kids, take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, coming from where we come from, I'm taught that, nigga, we gotta protect the family and provide for the family. So sometimes I'll fuck with a woman that understand that this nigga ain't gonna be home all day.
Now, did you notice something? Because that does not look like a group of men that are being forced, pressured, or, settling. Those are men that are speaking confidently, proudly, and intentionally about choosing the black women. Now, that's important because it contradicts the narrative that has been pushed online that black men don't like or don't prefer to date black women. So the question is, where does that narrative come from? Because even in real life, in marriages, in relationships, in conversation, you see a very different story playing out. And that is why it is very important to pay attention to what is being amplified versus what is true. Because when something is said long enough, it starts to feel, true, even when the reality says otherwise.
Downgrading black women to elevate another race of women is insane to me, because for me, for example, when I hear guys say stuff like that, I'm black, right? So I love how I look, and I think how I look is beautiful. So the same thing is when I'm looking at a black woman, I'm attracted, I like how I look, so I'm gonna like what I am. So I find it, so I find it insane how somebody can say, I just don't like black girls, I don't find them attractive, because then I feel like these similar features, you share these similar features, you got it from your mum, or your sister share some of these features, like this is your image, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost, sometimes I take it deeper, maybe it might be a bit too deep. I say to myself, like, how can you not like or find your own race of women attractive, or even if it's not your preference, how can you go publicly and say, like, I don't like this is way better, or like my white gal, my Asian gal, my thing is way better than that? Because then I just feel like almost like you got sisters, you got mothers, you know what I mean? Like, don't you see like beauty in that?
Over and on, it's like you get some money, and then every time a black man gets some money,
he marries a black woman. Every time a black man gets some money, most of the time he marries a black woman. Look at statistics. I'm going to say it over and over again till y'all stop. Black men that make above 100K, 83% of them are with black women, okay? Y'all talk about this. 74% of black women that make over 100K are with black men. So when we get money, we stay with the black woman. They stay with us too, but a little different. But most of us with money marry other black people. Y'all gotta stop with that. Even when we don't got money, y'all act like we the ones that interracial date the most black men. Majority of us stay with black women. There's a lot of other groups in America, a lot of other men that date outside their race and marry outside their race more than us. Look, statistics. Y'all got so much information out there on the internet, but y'all choose to spread rumors and stereotypes. Seem like we like to spread stereotypes the most. And y'all talking about the ballers. Majority of the athletes, black athletes, are married and are with black women. Why don't y'all show these images? And most of the black superstars are with black women. Why? It seems like it could be a 90 black famous men in the room with black women, and then you'll see 10 with non-black women, and then y'all will focus on that 10. Pay attention to the majority.
Alright, after watching all that, I want us to really sit with what we have just seen. Because at this point, the question is not whether black men prefer black women, because we have seen the answers directly from the black men, right? The real question is this, that even when the reality is so clear, why is it that the opposite narrative still feels so loud? Why is it that online you hear that black men don't like black women, but when you actually listen to black men, when you watch their move, when you look at real relationships, you see something completely different? And that is where we need to start thinking really deeper, because narratives don't just exist randomly. They are created, they are repeated, and then amplified. And when something is repeated enough times on social media, in entertainment, in conversations, it starts to feel like the truth even when it's not. So what you're dealing with here is not just preference, it's perception, a perception that has been shaped over time. And if you go back historically, black women have been placed in positions whereby they have either been misrepresented, overlooked, or reduced to stereotypes. So when you hear things like aggressive, loud, difficult, you need to ask yourself this question: are these adjectives truths, or are they labels that have been repeated so often that people stopped, questioning them? Because from what you have heard from the black men, that is not what they're saying about the black women. When they're talking about the black women, they're talking about, love. They're talking about connection. They're talking about shared experience, culture, things that go far beyond these shallow labels. And that's something that gets ignored because it is easy to push a negative narrative than it is to push and highlight something that is fair and, true. Now, does that mean that all black men prefer black women? Of course not, but that is not the point. The point is that the idea that black men as a whole don't like and don't prefer to date black women, because that is not true. And that is why it is very important to not let social media shape your perception of, reality. Because social media often amplifies extreme. It will show you the loudest opinions, the most controversial takes, the most divisive content, because that is what gets attention. But attention is not the same thing as the truth. And if you're not careful, you'll end up believing these false narratives that don't actually exist in real life. So moving forward, the real takeaway here is this: pay attention to what is being shown, yes, but also it is very important to question it. Question whether it is the truth or it is just a false narrative that has been pushed out there so that you can get attention. Because what you have seen from this video is that narrative can be very different from what is actually true. Because at the end of the day, people like to send wrong narratives, and especially about black women. This is not new. This is something that has happened for decades. That is why it is very, very important to go back and check whether something is true or not before you judge people, before you judge the things that you hear online. Anyway, I would like to hear your take on this. Do you think this narrative is true, or do you think it has been, exaggerated? And most importantly, I would like you to tell me, why is it that this narrative, this false narrative that pens black men against black women continues to spread? Just let me know what you think on the comment section. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.